Hey guys, I'm Prometheus,
And I'm Osiris.
and we want to talk to you about ancient Roman sanitary habits and how they differ greatly from what we all use in today's day and age. The practices we use seem to make a lot more sense than the practices of the ancient Romans, right? But the ancient practices made a lot of sense at their time. They made amazing progress in sanitary habits and act as big influences to our modern hygiene practices. There are three things we want to cover today: aqueducts, toilets, and bathhouses.
Let's start with aqueducts. You might be wondering what aqueducts have to do with hygiene. Well, aqueducts' primary function was transporting water to Rome, and one of the main places that water went was bathhouses and toilets. The aqueducts would bring the water to the city through a system of lead pipes that ran underneath the streets. When people imagine aqueducts, they think of tall arches stretching over mountains and gullies, which aqueducts did, but most of the aqueduct system was made up of ground or underground level canals. This whole system relied on gravity to transport the water from a natural source to the city. Because of the invention of aqueducts, Roman citizens didn't have to drink water from the contaminated rivers. The nearby rivers, such as the Tiber River, was a dumping ground for waste, and when the citizens would drink the water, they would contract diseases like cholera, dysentery, and malaria. While the construction of aqueducts was a costly public project, they were an engineering marvel that paved the way for more advanced technology.
Now, I want you to think of the most disgusting bathroom you can imagine. Maybe it's your middle school's bathroom, or a public restroom, or a porta potty in the parking lot of a gas station. Got the image in your head? Now make it even more unsanitary. And now you're about halfway to how gross the ancient Roman bathrooms were. Now we get to the good stuff: toilets. Before the invention of the Roman toilet houses, otherwise known as latrines, Romans would go to the bathroom in buckets and dump it into the street. Delicious! Because there were no street cleaners, the waste would end up in the rivers and streams, contaminating the water and causing disease when people would drink it. Delicious! This cycle created the need for aqueducts. While the public latrines were an important part to improvement over the citizens dumping their waste into the street, it was still not the most hygienic system, and sometimes cost the citizens money, which nobody likes. The Roman leadership could charge people money to use the toilets. In a source from Suetonius, he accounts Vespasian charging money to use toilets. Quote, "When Titus found fault with him for contriving a tax upon public conveniences, he held a piece of money from the first payment to his son's nose, asking whether its odor was offensive to him. When Titus said no, he replied, 'Yet it comes from urine.'" Unquote. I meant pay.
The charging of people to use public toilets seems outrageous considering the conditions the latrines were in. The latrines were dark rooms lined with benches that had holes in the top and between the legs. The top hole was for the obvious use of relieving oneself, but the hole between the legs was for a sponge attached to a stick to go through and wipe oneself. In the public latrines, this sponge was communal. Nothing like sharing toilet paper with your closest bros. Bros will be bros. The public toilets were connected to the city's main sewage lines. These sewage pipes were incredibly dirty and were cleaned by slaves. Sometimes the sewage would build up and explode from the combination of methane and hydrogen sulfide. However, the waste didn't just leave the latrines. Small vermin could also get into the toilet basins of private rooms and bite the user's bottom. Because of the incidences where vermin would bite other people, the citizens thought that there were demons in the toilets. This led to people developing shrines inside of public toilets to protect users from disease and demons. Public toilets were similar to bathhouses in that they were both places of discussion and incredibly unsanitary.
Moving on to bathhouses. Bathhouses were the social hub of ancient Rome. What better way to hang out with the pals than all of you getting together for a fun bath? Sounds like my ideal weekday. Roman bathhouses were a place where citizens could clean themselves, as well as discuss business and gossip. These houses were originally a feature of ancient Greece, but the Romans expanded the idea by adding exercise rooms, open-air swimming pools, sweating rooms, massage, and health treatment rooms. These bathhouses became a staple of Roman culture and contributed to the Romans' high opinion of themselves because it made them think that they were really that much cleaner. However, these bathhouses were filled with bacteria. That's not really what you want in a place that's supposed to make you clean. Roman bathhouses did not consist of individual baths, but of a large bath meant for numerous people. This design gave rise to many sanitation problems. The water in the bathhouses was rarely changed and contained a lot of dirt, feces, and oil, which created the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. One of the diseases that could be caused by the bacteria in bathhouses was gangrene. Gangrene is a potentially life-threatening disease and a type of necrosis that could be caused by a lack of blood flow, cell death, and infection. Going to the bathroom is supposed to make you feel clean and better, but at what cost?
In conclusion, ancient Roman hygiene was not top-notch. We've come a long way, but without the Romans, we wouldn't be able to have the hygiene practices that we have today. Next time you go to the bathroom, be grateful that your toilet paper is yours and yours alone. Signing out, I'm Osiris.
And I'm Prometheus. Bye.